Welcome back, everybody, to the European LCS Summer Finals. We've got a Game 5 on our hands for the crown here in Europe as we see Origen, after fighting back in that last game, deciding what they are going to do in Game 5. Whew. What a crazy game. If OG wins Game 5, they go to Worlds. And sadly enough for you, you're still rooting for Fnatic, I take it. But let's talk about that last game.
I don't even know where to begin. This is where two teams with zero engage comes into the matches and they go and they're literally just chasing each other around. I will say Origen played it way better. When they're at least retreating, they would take something on the way out, and Fnatic the whole time was still really focused on getting the fight, and OG was just like, we can run really fast.
It's like I have to formally apologize because I shook your hand saying congratulations for going to VODS because I thought Fnatic had it. They had such a huge advantage, and I've never seen them lose an advantage in that kind of a way. They did a lot of mistakes because even though there was no engage on both sides, they had the poke, but poke kind of fades down as the Tristana gets stronger.
The biggest problem with the way that they were playing poke was obviously no front line, means the later that game goes into Trist Lulu, good luck staying alive. He didn't even need the last whisper in the end of it. Let's just go full attack speed from everybody on his team. Let's just get the AD carry fed. And, you know, it was interesting to see the very experienced players on the team, you know, Xpeke. So as everybody say, Niels, you're the new guy. You have to carry this game. We're giving everything away for you, Niels, and it worked out in the end, and Niels certainly put on a great performance.
Yeah,
I mean, the double PD was really questionable because he's going to lose overall DPS for sure, but this makes him unhittable by skill shots, and that was his job. He bought Ma so he couldn't get one shot by Victor, and then 2 movement speed items, technically 3 with boots. So he couldn't get hit by the other skill shots. Like, how do you actually kill that? Like, Reckless can't touch that.
I feel like Nils showed that he had massive cannonballs, right? Speaking of cannonballs, the Gangplank, even though, like I mentioned in the first game they played, Fizz is the good pick into the Gangplank. But even though Gangplank fell so far behind early on, he still was running around, ganking and banking, and he still got fed. And still, like, even though Gangplank lost, I think the point still stands that he's open.
You don't have to defend yourself. That's fine. I do want to look at, of course, the Fizz pick is something actually that you called out after Game 1 as well, that it should come into play. I feel like OG has overcome something really big here with SOAS getting so far behind, and then they got caught, but they didn't run before they could walk. They waited and they retreated. On the other side, Fnatic, this says that I think this loss sends more than the Game 1 loss. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of important because what OG did in the beginning is they did have a lead from the Elise ganks, and they kind of threw it by chasing into Fnatic. And that's actually what Fnatic did in Game 1 to, Game 2 to come back. And so this was OG actually like losing, technically throwing their lead, and then learning on the fly, like, oh, we actually don't have to chase. Eventually, they're gonna have to chase into us. And they kind of just waited out that until, like, you know, the Lulu bomb hit and Trish just ran around.
Yeah. I still feel Fnatic through that game, which is really scary because Fnatic, I always think of Fnatic as the mental boom, the powerhouse of mental fortitude, right? But coming into this last game, I really felt like they kind of collapsed in this one.
I think they did, and you know, it was because Origen threw a little bit of a different style at them, a curveball. This series has been so much about the AD carries when it comes to picks and bans. You know, we've seen the Kog'Maw, the Kalista, the Sivir banned all the time, and these 2 AD carries in this game couldn't have been more different. Reckless against Niels. Reckless, you look at it, 26.5% of his team damage in Game 4, which, you know, is fairly standard for an AD carry. When you look at Niels being a single carry, 51.4% of his team's damage. If that isn't a lot of eggs in one basket, I don't know what is. I feel like maybe Lulu might be a bit of an option here because as high priority as Trist is, I think without the amount of supports that were on the side of Origen, it's not going to go the same way.
I'm thinking like the Lulu went Ardent Sensor.
Yeah.
I was expecting Zeke's Harboring and maybe like a Banner of Command or something, like full support, because
it just
like packages. Niels, please, do this for me.
At least we know he doesn't have like an ego problem. He's really like, let me sit down real quick, and I'm going to WEU, and you do all the work, and let's win, right?
Just to illustrate how the conversations went here, after picks and bans, you guys were like, all right, Fnatic has this, then the Ardent Sensor, yep, Fnatic has this, then the Nashor's Tooth Fizz, yep, Fnatic has this. So just to illustrate how much you guys were thrown off as well by that.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
This guy jinxed it.
It's Game 5. Do you dare to call it?
No.
No?
Not anymore. Like, I feel too bad. I feel too bad.
Well, but that's also the best feeling then going into this fifth game. We do not know who's going to take it. The teams are ready, so let's send it over to the casters for the last pick.